What is going on, guys? Snickel here, and today I have another trophy talk for you. This is a little later, and I'm sorry, but this is for the week of, I guess, November 27th. And I know I haven't done one of these for a while. I do want to apologize. I really want to get into doing these once a week, regardless of what games I play, just to kind of talk about what I want to do and what games I want to play and everything like that, because I do that as I'm playing throughout the week, and I do that when I stream every once in a while and things like that. So it's just good for me to kind of get it out into a video, gives you guys something to listen to, gives me something to do, and I think all in all, it's a win and win. So I do want to get back to that. I do want to apologize and all of that. But if you guys haven't already, go ahead and follow me at all of my links that can be found in the description below. I do also want to note that, again, I guess I should have had this pulled up. I've talked about this in the last few trophy talks, but I did go ahead and I made a few new channels. So if you guys want to follow or subscribe to either of them, I would appreciate it. I did go ahead and Trophy Hunters Gaming is a thing that has come back, and it's strictly going to be guide related. So if you want to go subscribe there, that's where I'm going to be putting all of my guides now, trophy guides, collectible guides, things like that. And I just did recently start uploading God of War Ragnarok guides, even though I know I'm a little bit behind. There's just so much going on, but I'm going to put full collectible guides and everything up for God of War Ragnarok. So if you're here from God of War 2, go ahead and go over there and give that a little sub and keep up to date on that. And then the other channel that I made, which I'm still debating if I like the the thumbnail or the picture I'm using here, is basically called Snickel TV, and it's going to be where I upload all of my streams after I'm done doing them, so you guys can go over there and listen to that stuff if you want to. Those will be uploaded after, and regardless if I'm streaming on YouTube or Twitch or whatever, I do want to upload them over on this channel, just because I know Twitch will delete them after like a certain amount of time, so they kind of go away. The clips don't and everything, but the streams do. So if you want to go subscribe to either one of those, I would greatly appreciate it. But anyway, with all that being said, let's get right into this and let's talk about what I've been playing. And I've been playing a lot. I've been finishing a lot. I've been playing a lot. It's been quite a very eventful month, I would say, because I think the last one of these videos that I made was in October, like the beginning of October. So I've done a lot. I've done a lot. So we're gonna get into it, and I have a lot that I want to do moving forward, and I really need to kind of find a way to structure it, because I feel like I am not struggling, but I've just been doing so much that I need to kind of come back to reality and figure out what I want to tackle moving forward. Which is crazy to think about, because when you talk about playing games and stuff, you're like, oh, just play games. It's not a big deal. And that's what like a normal sane person would say. But me being stupid and being a trophy hunter and things like that, there's just so many things that I want to do, and there's not enough time in the day, and it just can be a lot. So let's get into what I've been playing. So last video, I believe I was around Knack. I think I had finished Knack. So I do want to cover something in Knack, because I didn't earn any trophies in it, but I did make progress in some things. So all I have to do in Knack in order to get the platinum, which is something that I want to do upcoming, which I guess we'll talk about in a little bit, is I did start playing my last two playthroughs. So I did everything that I needed to do in this game. I did all the collectibles. I did all of the time trials. I did all of the Colosseums. I did everything that I needed to do. So the last thing that I need to do in order to get the Knack Platinum is I need to beat the game on hard difficulty, which I'm doing right now, and then I need to do it on very hard. And you're probably wondering, well, why don't you just do it on very hard? You can't get very hard until you do hard, I believe, which is kind of stupid why they say like complete the game on hard difficulty or higher, and then but you need to complete hard to get very hard. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I do have like Diamond Knack, and I have things like that. So I have everything done. I just literally need to do those last two playthroughs. So that's something that I definitely will stream. That'll be like full-time stream. I may try to do some in my free time, and I was kind of doing that before God of War Ragnarok came out. I started playing through on hard, but I just need to play through it. It's probably going to take me anywhere between 5 to 8 hours to play through the game. 8 hours is probably a little too high. It's probably going to be like 5 to 6 hours to play through the game each time. That's with like skipping the cutscenes and like not getting my ass kicked during the boss fights and everything. But yeah, we're talking, that amount of time. So I want to get that done soon, and I'll determine if I want to do Knack 2 right after. But yeah, that's that. Then up next, we have a game called Mighty Math, which was actually given to me by Treefall Studios and Eli. I got like an early review copy of the game. Really enjoyed it. Made a platinum video about it. If you guys haven't already, go and pick it up. I would say this is one of Eli's more difficult, or Treefall Studios' more difficult games. They've made games like the Perplexing Orb, Tilting Tiles, Pitter Pot. There's a lot of other games that they've made. I don't know if I can click here if it'll pop up. But yeah, here you go. So like Pitter Pot, Annihilation, Maze, Gem Collector, Tilting Tiles, Meme Run, just a few games, and then Mighty Math. I would say again, Mighty Math. If you look from the trophy rarity, like it's about a 62 and then 68 here on the NA. All of Treefall Studios' other games literally are around usually around like a 80%, other than Pitter Potter, around like 80% or 80 to 90%. So this one being a little lower means it's just a little more difficult, and it definitely is. Getting the lower, or getting the 4,500 points in a single run can be a little annoying, and you really need to pay attention. But all in all, I think the game is awesome. It's a cool concept, and if you're not good at math, then stay away from it. Then up next, we have Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I was able, or I did go back and I did finish up the last DLC in this, which was just the new Tombs of the Fallen that was added. I think that was the last thing. Yeah, because I did the Forgotten Saga back in August, September. Oh yeah, August, September. So I did finish up the Tombs of the Fallen. I still have the game downloaded on my PlayStation 4 because there was an update that was supposed to come out, and it did come out, that was supposed to be a story update, a free story update, and I thought that it was going to give trophies, so I kept it downloaded, but it seems that uh, it's not going to have trophies. I'm going to keep it downloaded for a little bit just to see what happens, because I don't want to have to like re-download the game, because it'll be like 300 gigs or something. I don't even know what it is. It's something ridiculous, like 200 gigs. I might delete it. I don't know. But I did finish that up and get that done. And with that being said, Assassin's Creed Valhalla is back to 100% for now. We'll see what happens, but for now, it's back to 100%. And yeah, I want to get into some other Assassin's Creed games, but we'll get into that. Then up next, we have another game given to me by Eli and Treefall Studios, the Letter Classic Edition. This was a game on the Wii U, I believe, and I thoroughly enjoyed this game. I really enjoyed playing through. This kind of came out of nowhere. I wasn't really expecting it, but this is a fun little game. I made a few collectible guides over on Trophy Hunters Gaming, and if you're struggling with it, you can go follow it there. But all in all, really enjoyed the game. If you, again, haven't picked it up already, I would highly suggest it. It was a lot of fun playing through, and it only takes a little bit. I think like maybe in a few hours. People are doing it in like 7 minutes. I don't know how realistic that is, but I would say it probably takes about an hour to get it done. Nothing too crazy. All right. So that's that. Then up next, we have another game that kind of came out of nowhere, but not really. I really wanted to get this done a while ago, and I've been wanting to get this franchise, or at least the multiplayer for this franchise, done for a while, and it's Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, or sorry, Hot Pursuit. What am I saying? Am I okay? I don't think so. Need for Speed Most Wanted on the PlayStation Vita, and I specifically played this on the PlayStation TV. I did actually stream some of this, but I did go through and do all of the multiplayer with waves, so I'm done that. And all I need to do now for this is just clean up the single player. I actually thoroughly enjoyed Need for Speed Most Wanted back when it came out. I remember playing it and getting it when it came out and playing it. So I really enjoy the game, and I'm gonna enjoy playing it again, even though it'll be on the PS TV. I'm gonna enjoy playing it. So with that being said, there is another game that I want to do the multiplayer for somewhat soon, which is Need for Speed Rivals on the PlayStation 3. So if you are interested in doing that, it only takes like, 5 or 10 minutes, I'm pretty sure, to do it. If you are interested in doing that, let me know down in the comments below, and get in touch with me through the comments, and then we can talk through Discord or whatever. But I would like to do that sooner rather than later. One of my goals in the next, I'm not even going to give myself a time frame, but one of my goals in my trophy hunting career, if you want to say, is I would like to platinum and 100% every single Need for Speed game, including the stacks. And as of now, it's something that's very easily doable because I have done the hardest games that need to be done. That being Need for Speed Undercover, the multiplayer can be pretty tricky, but doing that, Shift isn't bad. Shift 2 is by far the worst and most tedious game to do, so getting that done was amazing. Same thing with the run, having the one unobtainable trophy, that was awesome. And then 100%ing Need for Speed Most Wanted on the PlayStation 3 is a big task. If you know anything about that, that is a huge task. Takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of coordination in order to get that done. So having all three of those done, basically having all the Need for Speed games done on the PlayStation 3, other than Rivals, the stack, really is kind of a big deal for me. But I'm really, really looking forward to going back and playing Most Wanted on the PlayStation TV, because that's where I'll play it, and then going through and playing Rivals and 2015 and doing that DLC for 2015 that I've heard is notorious. I really am looking into getting into doing that, and then doing Payback and Heat and Unbound that just came out. And then I really, really am looking forward to going back and playing Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered. I'm going to do both the NA and the EU stack for that, but I'm really looking forward to that. And I really want to just get every single one of these games done. That is a goal of mine, along with, Assassin's Creed and a lot of other franchises. This is a franchise that I can finish and I want to finish at some point, and I'm really looking forward to doing it. But yeah, that's that. Then up next we have MLB 19 The Show, which I made a little more progress in, and Brian and I have been making a lot of progress in this game. My internet has been really bad too, by the way, so if something doesn't load, we'll just go back to my main list. But Need for Speed, or sorry, MLB. See, my internet isn't loading, my brain isn't loading. It's something of it's something of beauty here. MLB 19 The Show, though, I love it. No internet connection. Isn't that amazing? Now awesome. MLB 19 The Show. So, I did do everything in this game back in September, basically early September. Brian did download the game, and I was able to get the home run animation that he had, so I was able to get that trophy. So the last two trophies that I need for the platinum are Some Like It Hot, which is to hit for the cycle in the postseason. Not that hard to do. That's going to be the last trophy that I do that I stream. And then the trophy that we're working towards right now is Welcome to the Chip, which is to reach the Championship Series division in Diamond Dynasty. This really isn't that hard to do. It just takes time. And the reason it takes time is you can only play players one time every 72 hours in game. So that means that between Brian and I, we could only play ourselves to get this one time every 3 days, essentially. The good news is you can play alts or different accounts, which is nice, but you want to level those accounts up, because the Champion Series works by giving points every time you win. So if you beat somebody that has a higher amount of points, you get more points. So, and again, you can play alternate accounts. You can have alternate accounts and play them. You can play as many as you want to, as many as you create, but you do want to level up these alternate accounts to around 400 points in order to get the maximum amount of points from them. Because the second that you get to 400 points, when that alt account loses, then it will lose points. So you want to stay under 400 so that you don't lose points when you lose to your main accounts. And you can use a method of like going in and quitting out. And the game, since no one's playing it, you're going to match with the person you're playing with. But if you and the person you're playing with don't match up, like your main account doesn't match up when you're going for that, then you can close the application so that you don't lose any of your points. So it's just tedious. It takes time. I think Brian is probably around 600 to 700 points. You need 800 for this trophy, and I'm around like 550, I think, right now. So I need about 250. And right now, when we were doing it before with the alts at like 400 or around 400, we were earning like 20 to 30 points per win. So it's not a lot, just takes time, and you can we only play twice a week. Even though you can do every 3 days, we just play every Wednesday and Sunday until we get it done. But that's coming along, and hopefully that should be done in the next week. I'm hoping the next week. But that's been fun, and Brian and I have already talked about, after doing MLB 19 The Show, we are going to hop in and do MLB 20 The Show, 21 and 22. Well, I think we're going to do, at least me personally, I'm going to do 20 and 21. I don't know about 22. I don't like spending a lot of money on new sports games just because I feel like they're kind of a scam per se, but yeah. I want to do 19, 20, and then at least 21 on the PlayStation 4, and then maybe 21 on the PlayStation 5. And then when 23 comes out, then I'll do 22. I don't know, or I'll just wait for a sale or something. But that's kind of the goal there. I want to do the PS4 ones. That's my main goal. Another thing that I want to point out is MLB 18 or MLB The Show 18 actually didn't have online trophies, but the game is now unobtainable. So that kind of sucks if you didn't get it. And the trophy that's unobtainable is, I think it's called Thanks for Sharing, which is to download any item from the vault. The vault is basically like where you could download like logos and stuff, and they just randomly shut it down. So that kind of sucks. Which is why Brian and I are trying to push through and do like MLB 19 and 20 because we have no idea when they're going to shut it down. They shut down 18 without telling anybody, so that's kind of annoying. And 17 they announced, but 18 or 19 could be on the chopping block considering that that 18 went down. What is going on? My mouse is fucking. So yeah, that could be on the chopping block soon. But yeah, we're working through and we're getting it done. And then up next is another game that I believe already went down, sadly, which it went down yesterday, technically, which is Onrush. This was a game that Codemasters said was going to go down on November 30th. So Brian and I started it at the beginning of October. And we basically played through, and then he and I just needed to clean a few things up. So we did that in November, which the things we had to clean up were just the stuff to get superstar rating, which is basically the challenges throughout the game. So it was really fun. I wanted to play this game earlier, but I just neglected it for so long. So it was enjoying to go back and play. Didn't take too long, and even though it says it took a month and a week, I did about a month of waiting. So this game could have been done in a week, but really enjoyed it. Then up next, we have PGA Tour 2K23, which is a game that I bought day one because I love golf games, and I was able to actually get the PS4 stack. I just haven't played it yet, but I thoroughly enjoyed this game. I made full trophy guides over on Trophy Owners Gaming, so if you want to go check that out, if you have your troubles with anything, you can definitely check that out. But yeah. I enjoyed playing through. It was a little bit of a grind. There was one trophy in here that was a little grindy, which was all skilled up, which is to unlock a tier 7 skill. You can use custom courses as long as they have handicap ratings in order to get XP. So if that is any help to anybody, you can do that. But that was by far the most grindy trophy in the game. Other than that, everything else was really easy. Playing through the career mode was easy. Getting a hole-in-one was easy. The game was just very easy and very enjoyable, and I'm going to get the stack at some point. I don't know when, but at some point I will go back and get the 2K23 on the PS4 stack. But that was a fun game. And now we're going to get into a little bit of a stack of things here. I'm going to talk about a game that's in between them after, but I want to talk about these first. So I did Madden 18, Madden 19, Madden 20, and Madden 21, all on the PlayStation 4. I need to do Madden 22 on the PlayStation 4. But I do have Madden 22 on there, but I didn't get any trophies yet. But for the PS5. But basically, I had this urge to play Madden games. I think partially because it's a football season, but I just had the biggest urge to play Madden games, and I wanted to a while ago, like years ago before they shut down, I did want to do all the Madden games on the PlayStation 4. Well, I wanted to do all the Madden games in general, but at that time, I couldn't do Madden 13 because it was already down. I had done Madden 12 back in the day randomly. Madden 10, I have on my list from back in the day, but I can't get the platinum. And Madden 11, you can do because it has no multiplayer. But I wanted to do like Madden 25, Madden 15, and Madden 16 and Madden 17. But the problem was that there was Ultimate Team, and you could not buy packs. Now, when I look back on it, I guess I lost internet again. That's really fucking cool. I don't know what is going on with my internet. It is literally so bad. It's so bad. When that loads up, we'll have to look through. But there was a significant amount of Ultimate Team in these games, so that was annoying. And you were not able to buy packs. That was another thing because you can get these games for like dirt cheap. So if you buy the game for $5, I don't have a problem throwing $20 in to do Ultimate Team if I'm going to get all the Ultimate Team trophies. I have no problem with that. But you couldn't do that. So it made them very hard. So basically, I was going to have to find somebody that had the trophies or somebody that had the players that I could buy. So here they are. And if you guys have PSNP Plus, you can see these unobtainable trophies. Just FYI, they upload them or they update them in forum posts. So you had to do like share stuff, which was not hard. You had to complete an online ranked head to head, not hard. Score 17 points in an online, not hard. 34, not hard. Win a MUT season game, not hard. Make the playoffs in Ultimate Team seasons, not hard. Earn a bye. Win a MUT Super Bowl. That could have been somewhat difficult, but probably not. This was the trophy that like was kind of difficult. So you had to build a MUT team with a chemistry of 70, which is not hard to do. And you also had to build an 85 rated MUT team. So and MUT stands for Madden Ultimate Team, by the way. Those weren't hard to do if you could buy packs, but the fact that you couldn't buy packs, that kind of sucked. So basically, it closed all of these games out for me, and it made me a little upset, but I was like, whatever. So when I had the urge to randomly play Madden games, I was like, I'm gonna do all the ones that are obtainable because in my mind, like unobtainable trophies don't really bother me, but and I don't have a 100% account, nor will I ever have a 100% account. If you want my personal opinion on 100% accounts, I think that they are, they're not dumb, but I feel like it adds stress to your life because when you want to play games, you have to look at all of the little nuances of the game to make sure that you can actually do it, which isn't really that hard to do in reality, but it adds extra stress to playing games that I just feel like is not necessarily worth it at the end of the day. So that I commend people who have 100% accounts and who do that. But I think that there is so much headache to doing them that like it's almost not worth having it at the end of the day. And I don't have one, and nor would I ever want one. I kind of just like playing what I play. But with that being said, what I would love to do at some point in my life, which I don't know if it'll ever happen, is basically like games like Madden and MLB and Tiger Woods and stuff like that. Um, I at some point I want to basically do what I did in Madden 10, which is essentially get every single trophy in the game except the unobtainable trophies and just leave it at that and just, tell myself that's all you can do and whatever. And you could say, well, you're adding unobtainables to your list. It doesn't matter. Yeah, but like I'm also earning trophies in a game that like I like to play, so it doesn't matter. And I also will earn like ultra rares and stuff in these sports games, like easy, 2.5% trophies. Like, why not do that? So that's just something that like maybe down the line in the future when I do every other game, that's what I'll end up doing. But what I was able to do in Madden 18, 19, 20, and 21 was basically all of the online. So Madden 18, 19, and I think 20, they had ultimate team stuff. You basically had to win a solo challenge, win an auction, build a team, and then have two chemistries active at the same time. The two chemistry one is kind of annoying because you have to find players that have certain chemistries, and that can either be players on the same team or other things like that. In Madden 18, you only need 3 players in order to have a chemistry active, but then in Madden 19, you need 5. So that makes it a little more annoying. And yeah, but the good thing is in Madden 19 and Madden 20, you can actually buy packs still, so it makes it a little easier. But these do have Madden 18, Madden 19, and Madden 20 all have Ultimate Team trophies. So you'll have to build those ultimate teams and you'll have to activate the chemistries. Madden 19, which it didn't have it, but they added it in Madden 20. I know I'm jumping all over the place. You had to do these online things. So you had to win a head-to-head game in an online league, and you had to win a Super Bowl in an online league. Both of those can be done by yourself, but they would be easier if you had another person to play them with. So I did do that in Madden 20. And then also Madden 21 does not have any ultimate team, so you just have to do the head-to-head online. And basically those two trophies are the only two online trophies for the game from 21 upward. So if you go to online required, sorry, you can see that and then if I switch to PS4, I guess I should probably do this other one. I didn't even realize that, but I thought oh, I guess I'll have to look into that. But basically, the ones that say like online required per this, like I'm going to do. I don't think you need that, but I might need to look into that. But basically, those two trophies are the only trophies for the rest of the series. So Madden 21, Madden 22. If we go and we just search like online, you can see that again head to head and bragging rights. There's no MUT in these, so if I type MUT in, nothing pops up. So, and it's the same for 21, 22, and 23. And for some reason, 23 is like super rare. I think it's because you have to like max out players in positions, which is not really, that's just time consuming. It's not really that hard. But yeah, I randomly wanted to play Madden and I wanted to do the onlines for all of them so I could get them done. So that's kind of where this chunk of games comes from, and I'm gonna keep adding to it. I'm doing them, so I did them by myself, but you can do them with another person. It does make it easier. So Brian and I will be doing them. I'm waiting for him to get his games in, and when he gets them in, then I'll hop on and help him in the ones that I've already done, and then the ones that I haven't done, we'll just do together, and we'll leave it at that. But yeah, that's been fun. But that was just randomly out of nowhere. I had no intention to do them. I was just like, I want to do them now, which is one of the fun things about trophy hunting. And whenever I get them done, I'm gonna have a bunch of ultra rare trophies because that's just how sports games work, or at least platinum trophies. So that's kind of cool. Even though I don't give a shit about ultra rares, even though people will be like, you have 600 of them, you definitely care. No, I really don't. I just play the games that I want to play, and the ultra rares come with them. So it's just how it be. And then up next, we have a game that I've been putting all my time into. Great, no internet yet again. Or I shouldn't say all my time, but I've been putting a lot of time into it, Brian, is Babylon's Fall, which the reason we're playing Babylon's Fall is because it's going down in February. So if you are wanting to play the game, I would suggest to get on it sooner rather than later. But essentially, all you have to do in the game, if the trophies will load, which they're not, all you have to do in the game is beat the game. You have to do some random things. You have to do some grinding, and that's it. You really don't even have to do that much. I think it says that the game's 20 to 30 hours to get done, and Brian and I have probably spent around half of that right now in game. So, it is what it is. I've found the game pretty enjoyable so far. I'm looking forward to getting it done. I'm probably not going to do the PS4 stack, but we'll see how I feel. But yeah, I am thoroughly enjoying the game, and I'm going to stream. I wanted to stream more of it, but I did stream it the other night. But I will obviously stream the platinum when I get it done. And I'm debating if I want to make a multiplayer guide for it because I don't know if it necessarily needs it. But okay, now that my internet's working again, we can look at the trophies. So you're gonna get trophies for beating the game. That's all these quest-based trophies. And then you're going to get trophies for collecting certain weapons or killing an enemy with certain weapons, which again you'll do as you're just naturally playing through the game and unlocking weapons. You'll get that. Landing a critical hit easy, exploiting an enemy's weakness is easy. You'll get those naturally while you just get new weapons and stuff like that. Blocking an attack, again, you'll get that. So the trophies that we're working on, what you need to grind for is you need to enhance a weapon and a piece of armor to level 10, and you need to also enhance an accessory to level 10. So that's not bad. You need to craft an item, which these just come naturally while just playing through the game. So crafting an item, finding a blueprint are natural. Obtaining a legendary weapon or piece of armor is easy. Obtaining a divine weapon or piece of armor will just come naturally as playing through the game. I think you get one when you beat the last mission, so that's just natural. Sending a like, you do need to be online for that. Collecting 100 legendary weapons or pieces of armor just does take a little bit of time, but it's not that difficult to do. Once you get to higher levels, they drop more frequently, so they're not that difficult to come across. Collecting 30 pieces of armor, 30 weapons are fairly easy. You'll get that just naturally playing through the game by the time you're done. Opening 50 chests. You do need to look around a little bit for these as you're playing through the game, but again, you'll just get them while you're naturally playing through the game and grinding for things. Some are hidden, but some are just out in the open, so it's not like you have to go out of your way. And plus, they're not hidden. You just, if the game's telling you to go left and you go straight for 1 second, you'll see it. It's nothing too difficult. And then up last, we have collecting 1 million conches, which I believe I'm at around 300,000 conches. I think I'm going to try to get this because for this trophy, you need to have all the conches on you. I think it's what it says. You need to have all the conches equipped. Or you have to have 1 million conches at one time. Even though it says collect, I think you need to have them at one time. And when you upgrade stuff, it does cost conches. So I think I'm going to wait to upgrade things until I have all the conches collected. So it's going to be a little bit of grinding, but all in all, it's not too bad. I've been enjoying the game. Like I said, I don't know if I'll do the PS4 stack, but if you guys are looking at doing the game, I would highly suggest it. It can be done with just one person. Like, you could do it by yourself. You just need one other person for, like, I think this one trophy, which is to send a lake. But you can get that by just going in the game and starting a quest and then hoping that a random person joins, because people still play the game. And it is a live service game, so it has matchmaking, so people could join. But yeah, that's been Babylon's Fall. That just in case you're wondering, that kind of replaced Anthem for the time being, because Brian and I were playing Anthem, but we shelved that to do Babylon's Fall because Babylon's Fall got a server shutdown announcement. So whenever a game gets a server shutdown announcement, we prioritize that over everything until it's done, and then we move back. That's kind of why Onrush came out of nowhere as well, because it was a server shutdown, so it was prioritized. But I think you guys kind of know that. And then last up, we have God of War Ragnarok, which came out in, when did this come out? In the beginning of November. So it came out about 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks to a month ago. I've been enjoying the shit out of the game. I've been playing it. So I started making a collectible guide and then realized like that wasn't going to work. So I ended up playing all the way through the story and doing the bare minimum for this. And now I'm going back and I'm cleaning the game up, doing collectible guides and doing stuff like that. Thoroughly enjoyed the game. Love the story. Love the combat. Game looks phenomenal. Environments are phenomenal. I'm not disappointed at all. Nor would I ever think that I would be disappointed by a Sony Santa Monica game. I don't think I've ever played one that I have been anything but blown away from. If you guys haven't, I'm going to just randomly say this. If you guys haven't already, go play God of War 3. And I'm going to say if you can do it, because this is going to be a little bit of a weird request. Go play God of War 3, but play it on the PlayStation 3 and just think about how that game is over 12 years old and just look at how beautiful it still looks. That's all I'm going to say. It blows my mind how great that game looks, considering it's 12 years old and it's from 2 console generations ago. That's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But I really, really enjoyed the game. Again, like I said, I'm cleaning it up right now. I don't know how much more time I'm going to have in the game. From a trophy perspective, I'm only 30% done, but I'm going through and doing collectibles, and that's like a majority of the trophies. So those will come as just naturally collecting things and doing stuff like that. And if you guys are interested, again, I am doing full trophy guides, so you can subscribe to Trophy Owners Gaming, and I will be putting them out throughout the weeks probably. Since I'm not a machine and I don't do this for a living, it is hard for me to kind of play through so many games and get stuff out and things. It can be a lot. So anyway, 30 minutes in, that's everything that I've been playing. I feel like it's been a mouthful. I apologize if it has. So let's get into the more, I guess, concerning question. Since I've been playing so much, what do I plan on playing in the upcoming week? So my 2 main concerns in the upcoming week, I guess my 3 main concerns, which I'm not going to be playing full time, is trying to finish MLB 19 the show when Brian and I can play. We did level all of our alts up for the most part up to 400, so now it's just going to be logging on, playing a few games, logging off for 3 days, and doing that until we both get to 800. The other game that I'm going to work towards, and it'll probably be more playing when Brian is on, is Babylon's Fall, just working through that and getting that platinum done as soon as possible. I think we'll have that done probably in the next week, but only time will tell. That's the goal there. And then my main goal and game that I'm going to be playing when I am not playing and I'm just, at home alone is going to be God of War Ragnarok, getting through the collectibles, getting all of those out, and just finishing that up. Again, I've really been enjoying the game, so I really want to play through it. It's gotten me. I just wish that I could put some more time to it because I have been putting more time in other places. So with that being said, those are the 3 main games that I want to focus on playing. Other things may be sprinkled in here and there, like trying to do the Madden games or anything like that. Brian and I do have a list of games that we're going to be playing, which consist of games that are backlog or things like that. So we may be playing like the show or other games. Once Babylon's Fall is done, I don't know what the next game is as a service game is going to be. I think we'll probably dive back into Anthem and try to work through that. But also another game that we're going to try to finish up, or I guess two games that we're going to try to finish up that I want to hopefully get done before the end of the year is going to be Hawks 1 and Hawks 2. If you guys know, like a bunch of which I believe I talked about this, but a bunch of games that went down a few months ago were the Assassin's Creed games. So you can see here from PSNP Plus the games that went down. But basically, Brotherhood, Revelations, and Assassin's Creed 3 were all supposed to go down. And Brotherhood, I believe, is still up, as you can see, but Revelations and Assassin's Creed 3 are both down. I don't know what makes what one stay up and not. I don't know. So yeah, that's that. But with that being said, there was other games that Ubisoft was supposedly going to be axing from the PS3, and I believe another one was like so here we go. Let's look through here. So like Far Cry 2 was supposed to be one that was shut down a while ago. It hasn't been. End War was shut down a while ago. Hawks 1 and Hawks 2 were supposed to be shut down in 2016, but they're still up. That's why Brian and I are playing them. Same thing with like the Call of Juarez games. They were supposed to go down a while ago, but they're still up. Avatar's been down, which is kind of sad because I would love to do that. Let's see what else. Let's see what else I see from here. Ruse. Oh, that would be an interesting game to play. I forgot about that. Sorry, I'm just on a little side hustle. Is that online? It has to. I'm interested. I'm very interested, but not now. Let me keep looking through. Sorry, I got sidetracked. So Driver San Francisco went down. That was one of the games that was supposed to go down, so it looks like that's down. Assassin's Creed Revelations is down, but Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is not down. The Shaun White games are down. They've been down for a while. I think Rayman was supposed to go down. Assassin's Creed 3 went down, but I guess 3 Liberation didn't go down, which was on the Vita, so I'm not sure about that. Spartacus went down. Splinter Cell Blacklist, I guess, technically went down now. That one was supposed to go down. Just Dance is down. Tetris Ultimate is down. Or it has an unobtainable. I don't know if it's down, but it has an unobtainable. God, a lot of Just Dance games have unobtainables. That's kind of crazy. The fuck is unobtainable about it? Like, did they shut the servers down? And what the fuck? I was trying to play Just Dance. I was trying to do the Just Dance series. I guess I can't. So it seems like they didn't really shut everything down that they said they were going to. But basically what I'm trying to get at is they were supposed to shut all these games down, and I was a little worried because I had Hawks 2 on my list. So I was like, I want to do Hawks 1 and Hawks 2. I've always wanted to do them. So Brian and I did hop on, and we finished everything up. But we do need to grind out levels in Hawks 1 because it's easier to do in multiplayer. Hawks 2, you can grind out levels on your own. So we're planning on doing that at some point. I don't know when, but finishing up Hawks 1 and then doing the last level in Hawks 2 on the hardest difficulty. But I do intend on getting those games platinum by the end of the year. Some games that I want to have platinum by the end of the year are Hawks 1, Hawks 2, Knack, God of War Ragnarok, and MLB 19 The Show. I'm trying to keep it realistic, but those are all very close to being done. So if I can get them done, that would be great. And then, like I said, I want to work on trying to get like the Need for Speed franchise done. Like I always say, like I want to work on the Assassin's Creed franchise, but I just have so many things going on. So one thing that I want to talk about moving forward is like as the games that I'm going to be playing is once I'm done God of War Ragnarok, there's always going to be a game. There's only going to be 2 games in the background that are always being worked on, and that is the games as a service that Brian and I are playing, whether I'm going to play it on my own and grind stuff or I play with Brian on the weekends or whatever, we're always going to be working on a games as a service game. The other game that's always going to be in the background, which was the Madden games, which I did in like 2 days or a day or whatever, is a multiplayer game. So doing something that has a multiplayer grind, I always want to be working on one of those in the background, whether it's playing that game with Brian or Andrew or Waves or Cats or whoever it be. I want to always have a game going on in the background, or at least a game that it doesn't necessarily have to be an active game that I'm working on, but a game that I'm thinking about like that game I want to do the multiplayer for and I want to get that done. So right now that is Madden games and also the show 19, which will then turn into the other show games. So basically baseball and football, those are the two games that I'm working on right now as being multiplayer games. So games as a service right now for me is Babylon's Fall, which will then turn into Anthem. Multiplayer games are the show games and Madden games. And then I have a main game that I work on that is like a strictly single player base that I do on my own, and I don't need to worry about anything else, which is like what normal gaming is for people. And for me, that's God of War Ragnarok right now. After God of War Ragnarok, again, like I said, I want to finish Knack and Hawks 1 and Hawks 2. But what's the next main game that I want to work on that I haven't started yet? And that game is probably going to be Hitman 2016. If you guys remember, I didn't forget. A while ago, I started a challenge, or not really a challenge, but I started this thing of alternating franchises where I was going to play a game in the franchise and then move to another game in a franchise and then move back and forth. So alternate between two franchises to try to get the franchise done. The franchise that I started with was Hitman and Star Wars, and I did it until earlier this year when I kind of got into a weird funk of depression and I stopped doing it. And I started doing all this other stuff. Well, with that being said, it's been a year, and I think I've kicked depression's ass, so it's time to get back into this. So once I get done God of War Ragnarok, I am going to hop back into the alternating franchise. But there's a caveat to the alternating franchise that I want to say, because I'm not going to be alternating the franchise unless I want to. So what this means is my main goal is that I want to focus on a single franchise until I get that franchise done. Now, the reason I say there's a caveat to it and I'm not going to be alternating is because let's say I play Hitman. The next game that I'm going to be working on is Hitman 2016. Does not have a platinum trophy. This one right here. My goal for Hitman 2016 is I want to do Hitman 2016, and unless I'm burnt out on it, because the whole reason of alternating the franchises was for burnout. Unless I'm burnt out on Hitman and like playing a Hitman game, I'm going to go right into Hitman 2. Like, that's my goal. So I'm going to go right from Hitman 1 to Hitman 2. And since my mind is stupid, if I start a game, I'm not going to stop playing that game until I finish it. Unless something like crazy happens, that's not going to happen. Because you're probably thinking, well, you did that with fucking Knack. What do you mean? You don't do that. Fuck, I fucked this up. And like, yeah, you could be right. I did do it with Knack. I did start Knack, and then I stopped playing Knack. Like, you could be right about that. Don't get me wrong. Okay, there we go. I did start Knack, and I didn't. Can these? Oh my god, I don't want them to be collapsed. I really fucked that up now, didn't I? I don't want them to be collapsed. This is something on PSMP Plus that I'm like not a huge fan of. Let me see if I can turn this off. Merge stacks of popular games on front page. Merge stacks of new mark. Apply. I don't know what that means. Okay, let's try to refresh. Refresh. Reload. There we go. So back to what I was saying. Sorry. That did happen with Knack, but I want to get back to Knack and finish that. But I guess what I'm getting at is I would rather focus on an entire franchise and try to get through the entire franchise before moving on to something else, unless I'm burnt out by it. So my goal is going to be Hitman 2016 and then immediately into Hitman 2, unless I get burnt out by Hitman 2016. Then we'll alternate to a Star Wars game, and then we'll move back and do Hitman 2. And basically, I want to do that playing through because there's so many franchises that I want to play that I feel like I'm not really making a dent. And part of that is I haven't done it for a year, but I haven't been making a dent in them. So I want to really knock a huge chunk of this stuff out by just focusing on it full time. So if I can just focus on every single Hitman game, doing Hitman, um, so the way I'm going to do Hitmans or play through them, just side note, is like Hitman 2016, Hitman 2, Hitman 3 on the PS5, Hitman Blood Money, Hitman Absolution, Hitman 3 again. That's how I'm going to be playing through them. But if I just play through all of those and just get them all done, then I'm done Hitman, and then I can move on to the next thing, and I can do Star Wars, or I can move on to Need for Speeds, or I can move on to Assassin's Creeds, or I can move on to Infamous, or I can move on to whatever other franchise I want to do and get done, I can move on to it. So that's kind of the goal there with that. That's just a side note with that. I know that that's like huge. We'll see if it happens, but I feel like I've been rambling about it for forever, and I just haven't really gotten back to it. Right now, I kind of feel like my list is somewhat spaghetti just because I've added all those Madden games and I've been hopping back and forth between a bunch of things that I kind of want to get back on track. I feel like I was derailed a little bit from progressing things, and I just want to get back on track because there's so many other games that I do want to play, like, or I do need to finish games that I've started and I haven't finished. Like, again, Hawks 1 and Hawks 2, Knack, Dirt Rally 2.0, finishing up Ragnarok, doing the show games, and then eventually the Madden game. Like, there's so many things that I've started that like I just need to finish. So we'll get to it. It is what it is. Anyway, I've been going on for 45 minutes ranting. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like. Let me know what you guys have been playing down in the comments below. Again, down in the description below, you'll find links to all types of stuff: Twitter, Twitch, other videos, a bunch of stuff. So if you want to go look at any of those links and follow me anywhere, I would greatly appreciate it. Again, let me know what you guys have been playing down in the comments below. I love reading that stuff and replying and everything like that. Again, if you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like. And if you've made it this far and you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. Consider subscribing for more trophy content like this. And I hope to see you all around sometime soon.